Join us and discover beautiful beaches, rugged landscapes, pretty towns, desolate mountain ranges that sweep down to stunning lakes, unique architecture, history and folklore, no shamrocks, no shillelaghs, and definitely no shenanigans, just naked Ireland. Welcome to Wicklow, one of Ireland's most charming seaside towns, and today we'll take a slow walk through its history, its landmarks and some of its hidden corners. We're just arriving now along Leitrim Place, with the river Leitrim flowing gently on our right. We're now turning right across Wicklow's old stone bridge. Now this bridge dates back to the late 18th century and it's been widened and restored several times. It once marked one of the key entrances to the town. As we turn left onto South Quay, the river is now on our left, opening out gracefully towards the harbour side. This area was once the beating heart of Wicklow's maritime life. Cargo ships would dock along the quayside, unload timber, coal and grain, while Wicklow's own exports, fish, farm produce and later granite were loaded for destinations across Ireland and even Britain. Today the harbour's quieter, but still full of character with its fishing boats bobbing lazily and gulls circling overhead. We've parked up now and we're heading down Gaol Road towards one of Wicklow's most striking historical buildings. Wicklow Jail. Its grey stone walls rise ahead, somber and imposing, exactly as they were meant to appear to prisoners arriving here 200 years ago. Wicklow Jail first opened in 1702 and for almost 300 years it stood as one of Ireland's most notorious prisons. The building you see today is largely Victorian, reconstructed in the 1820s, but the site has always been associated with hardship. During the 1798 rebellion, the jail overflowed with men and women suspected, sometimes wrongly, of aiding the United Irishmen. Many prisoners from Wicklow were held here before being shipped to Australia in overcrowded convict ships. Some never survived the journey. So if you're watching from Australia, this could have been where your ancestors last set foot on Irish soil. One of the most famous inmates was Billy Byrne of Ballymanus, a prominent figure in the Wicklow uprising, who we talk about later. We've now made our way to Market Street, and directly in front of us is Wicklow Town Hall. It still serves as a centre for local administration and community events. Its clock tower and warm stone facade make it one of the most recognisable buildings in the town. As is usual in our visits to these quaint Irish towns, we see beautifully painted buildings that provide cheer even on dull, overcast days such as this. In the square here you can see the monument to Billy Byrne, who I mentioned a moment ago. Born in 1775, Byrne was a local Wicklow man who became deeply involved in the United Irishmen movement during the 1798 rebellion. Known for his charisma, fiery speeches and commitment to equality for Catholics and Protestants in Ireland, Byrne quickly became one of Wicklow's leading rebels. Captured and tried for treason, he was executed in 1799 at just 24 years old. The monument here honours his courage and the hope he inspired. And this is a lovely square, as you can see, a nice place to sit with a pint on a summer's evening. As we walk along Main Street, we're surrounded by a mix of old shop fronts and family businesses. Wicklow's not just a tourist town, but a real place providing a living for real people. On our right, take a moment to notice the Victorian steps leading down to the Mall. These beautifully crafted steps date from the 19th century and once provided a shortcut for residents heading towards the river and the lower part of the town. The iron railings and hanging lantern add a grandeur to the street that the Victorians did so well. Please do me a favour now and take a moment to give the video a like if it's so far been informative or mildly entertaining. It really helps me build the channel, and of course hit the subscribe button. You'll be amazed at the number of people who watch Naked Ireland regularly but who aren't subscribed. Your subscription tells YouTube that this content is worth watching and so encourages channel growth, meaning more videos in the future. And there's a lovely little coffee shop there on the right. And further along Main Street is the Wicklow Wine Company, a well-loved independent business that reflects the growing food and drink culture in the town. And I have to say, there's some really interesting looking businesses in this part of the town. Now we reach the Robert Halpin monument, which commemorates one of Wicklow's greatest sons. Captain Robert Halpin was born in Wicklow in 1836 and went on to become a pioneering sea captain, famous for his role in laying the transatlantic telegraph cable. Working aboard the legendary Great Eastern, the largest ship of its time, Halpin helped connect Europe and North America with a reliable telegraph link, revolutionising global communications. His skill, cool head and daring earned him worldwide respect. The monument here ensures his extraordinary achievements remain part of Wicklow's living memory. And it's such a lovely part of the town with its cobbled streets. Deserted today obviously as it's winter, but this is a great town meeting place on summer's evenings. Nearby Abbey Street has a lovely assortment of shops, boutiques, cafes and small family-run businesses, each adding a little bit of colour and character to the town. With its gentle slope, it's a perfect place for a slow wander. Before I forget, remember that you can now buy me a pint if these videos are really your thing. You just go to the link in the second paragraph of the description beneath this video and that'll take you straight to the donation page. It couldn't be easier. You might as well be sitting on the bar stool next to me. It's a great way to make a donation to the channel and to help with the production process. Almost run down by a cyclist there. There's danger everywhere. And at the top of Abbey Street we've arrived at St Patrick's Church, one of Wicklow's architectural treasures. These steps lead us up to the commanding viewpoint over the town. St Patrick's is a neo-Gothic church completed in the 1840s during a period of religious revival in Ireland. Its tall spire, pointed arches and intricate stonework are typical of the Gothic style, meant to draw the eye heavenward. Inside, the church features beautiful stained glass windows and a peaceful, contemplative atmosphere. We We'll just pan around now so that you can appreciate the church's viewpoint. In the grounds stands a solemn crucifix, a reminder of the town's long Christian heritage. It's a beautiful, quiet place to end our walk. So from the banks of the River Leitrim to the historic Wicklow Jail, from the monuments to rebels and sea captains to this peaceful churchyard, Wicklow is a town full of stories, and I'll be back with more stories in the next Naked Ireland.